Okay, this is basically lesson 3 that I want to teach you a little bit about this big idea of the philosophy of suggestive therapy. I'm leading you up to the informative so that you have some idea of what we're going to be covering as we move forward. I'm going to talk about the 3 main types of healing, and we understand those to be physical, mental, and spiritual. Those are typically the 3 categories where we might need healing. And so the cause of disease can come from all 3 of those: physical, mental, spiritual. So look right here. In this book that Dr. Fleet put together, it's called The Cause of Disease. And he based this on the original founder of chiropractic's work. And in here, he talks about what these causes are. Well, you have seen this diagram before, but I want to bring it out because it's going to be instrumental in what we talk about. So look at the cause of disease. The causes of disease can be physical. Well, what are the physical causes? Well, we have poisons and traumas. Those ideally are the physical types of illnesses that we can create, because we can have falls and slips and trips, or we can get bit by poisons or eat bad food or too much. But 20% only of all disease stems from physical causes. Now, on this side, this word autosuggestion or functional, we're going to relate those primarily as mental. They're psychosomatic. They're functional. Functional diseases as a result from either thinking, hey, well, my parents had this disease. I'm worried if I'm going to get it. You always think about disease, or you're hanging around people that are vibrating ideas and concepts of disease. Or emotionally disturbed, constantly distressed, or inside turmoil. We refer to them as functional in expression or autosuggestive as far as cause, but these are the mental aspects. 80% of all disease could stem from that. Now, over here, mostly what we see are our doctors that treat physically. If you get poisons and things, it typically takes some type of medical professional to help you do that. You break a bone, you need stitches. Those need physical doctors. If you have falls and slips and trips, those need doctors who work the physical, the body, primarily. If it's an autosuggestion, ideally most people would go see somebody that works the mental cause of disease. Who does that ideally in the medical world? We're a psychiatrist or a psychologist, someone who works with psychoanalysis or psychotherapeutics. That's typically what we would send somebody to that had a mental issue. And then the last category of disease would be spiritual. You could need a spiritual healing. Well, spiritual, if we use the word soul, well, it could be like a soul sickness, so to speak. And it's due to the actions that that person is doing. Now, all disease, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual, is due to incorrect reasoning. We're not reasoning correctly. But the idea here is, what if the bulk of your disease and the problems that you have happen to be due to some form of suggestion that you received either through genetics, maybe it was a suggestion through your parents, or your teachers, or your preachers, or your environment. These suggestions could be positive or negative. If they're negative, they show up in this category. And they cause us sometimes to reason incorrectly and to do things that aren't conducive to health and to life. So the value of the philosophy of suggestive therapy is to understand that if you are suffering with, let's just say, one of the major issues or 80% of the causes of disease, it might be worthy to understand a little bit of something about suggestion and how it works and how to apply it, so that you might be able to handle 80% of our issues, or at least begin to understand them. This is why we're doing this informational on transforming your healing practice or your prayer life or your personal life through suggestion. because we're going to talk about why you're going to learn how and discover why some techniques work for some people and not other people. We're going to see how to get results consistently through the power of suggestion, and then learn how to harness that power so that we can contact, direct, and control the universal healing energy. That may not mean a lot to you right now, but when we're done, you'll have a big grasp of this idea. Join us. You can join us online, in person. There'll be a recording. I'll send it to my YouTube channel at Dr. Bobbitt Team. Join that. I can present these and give you these ideas more frequently, and you can watch them as you would like. So be waiting on lesson 4, and I'll see you then.